Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Lasham Daily Briefing for Tuesday, the 10th of December, 2024. We're looking here at the synoptic from midnight last night, and we've got high pressure centred over Scotland, which is giving us a sort of northeasterly flow along the southern counties of England. And that's bringing in an occlusion, which has got a lot of low cloud on the front. Lunchtime today, that should have pushed away a little bit. Isobars just starting to spread out a little bit. The wind's, I think, not going to die down too much throughout the day, but it is going to reduce maybe a few knots. And if we run that through midnight tonight and into tomorrow, there's very little change there apart from the front moving a bit further away. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens tomorrow. Perhaps a nicer day tomorrow. The isobars have spread out a fair bit and the wind's probably going to die down somewhat. The sat pick then. Just running up to about 8 o'clock in the morning here. And we can see that there's still a fair bit of cloud around, and as a sort of daylight arrives, we can see that sort of layer cloud over the top of us at the moment, which is actually quite low at the moment, probably down about 2,000 feet, somewhere about there. Rain radar, most of the rain's fizzled out. There's still a few showers around and upwind of us, but not many. And if we have a look at the forecast for the day, I don't think rain's ever going to be that far away, but I don't think we're really going to see much of it. There's rain to the south and out in the channel and out to the east. Perhaps by late afternoon or into the evening, we might see the odd shower come our way, but I think we should be fine on the precipitation front today. So Odium's TAF, they're suggesting the wind is 030, 14 knots, greater than 10k visibility. Broken cloud at about 1,200 feet, with a 30% chance that between now and about 2 o'clock this afternoon, the wind being 040, 16, gusting 26, and then becoming between 10 o'clock and 1 o'clock, broken at 1,500 feet, and temporarily between 1 and 9 o'clock this evening, scattered at 1,200 feet. Farnborough are forecasting 030, 12 knots, greater than 10k visibility, scattered at 1,600 feet. And temporarily between now and 6 o'clock this evening, visibility down to about 8 kilometres and light drizzle. Broken at 1,200 feet with a 30% chance that between now and 6 o'clock, 4 kilometres visibility in drizzle, and broken cloud at 800 feet. Spot winds to the north of us at 1,000 feet, 050, 20 knots, and to the south of us, 050, 30 knots. Wind is showing northeasterly flow at about 30 knots around about 3 o'clock this afternoon. And the local forecast from the Met Office is showing 14 knots around about now, and that's decaying slightly throughout the day to about 11 knots after the hours of darkness. And they're suggesting it's going to be overcast all day, but very slight chance of rain, with the temperature at about 6 degrees centigrade. GFS then, they're suggesting the temperature around about 7 degrees centigrade, with the dew point down at about 2 to 3. Looking out the window from Alton, looking back towards Lasham, you can see that low cloud there. I'll just refresh that again. It's not around about 8 o'clock this morning. So they're starting to get breaks in the cloud now, which is encouraging. Unfortunately, there's no weather data from the local Met site here from SolarMet. But if we look at SkySight, they're showing slightly better than yesterday, with a thin layer of cloud through the sort of best part of the day, but then thickening up in the afternoon again. And top meteo, if we run through from 9 o'clock, they're suggesting that all the cloud in this area throughout the whole day is going to be certainly below 2,000 feet, but probably not lower than 1,000. No times then. We'll start with number 11 down here. That's Goodwood, and their ATZ times have changed and been published. 16 is Winchester. There's live firing there. 18 Ash Ranges, Delta 132 is active today. 19 is After Dark, that's nothing to worry about. And 20 is a RAT, it's a restricted airspace temporary, and that's from after dark through until about 12 o'clock tomorrow at lunchtime. Let's move on then to the airfield briefing, and we'll just have a quick look at the Odium cross section. So we can see we're getting a bit low cloud on the cross section there, which is going to give us a low cloud base, but that should rise throughout the morning. So maybe about 1,500 feet this afternoon. It's going to be broken or scattered, depending on which type of cloud you're looking at there. And the winds, we're looking at 030 14, but gusting 22 to 24 to start with, and then 11 gusting 22, 24 towards the end of the afternoon. There is a strong wind warning. They reckon there might be gusts up to 26 knots at times. So again, ground handling, looking after canopies is all important. The flying list today, we need a couple of K21s out for booked flying. We need a K21 out for the casual list. There's one booked for spinning by club members, and there's also a K13 booked by club members as well. K21 booked by club members as well. There's availability on all the single seaters. There's two seaters available, and there's one person on the casual list. The simulator, of course, is available as per normal. One church notice, it's the usual SPL, the deadline. You should know the dates by now. If you've not got your paperwork done, then get it done, get it to me. Unless, of course, you're a BI and just hang slack. There's changes afoot there. There's no movements to report today. So the general situation is there's high pressure to the north, giving a northeasterly flow with a bit of low cloud base. We're on runway 09 hard for launching. We'll have the cables on the boom to the south side. We can land on the grass on 09. It's wet. The going is sort of soft to firm, but still avoid using the wheel brake unless it's absolutely necessary. The south end of the airfield, the thresholds of 05 and 34 is out of bounds. That's saturated down there. And please do not land or taxi on the disused runways, which are shown in red on the next slide. And of course, please clean your gliders at the end of the day. So we'll be having the launch point vehicle just to the north of the centre line there, aero towing to the north on hard, winch launching to the north on the south, cables up the side of the runway, and landing on the grass. That's pretty much it from me today. I shall see you out at the launch point shortly. Have a great day's flying. Please keep it safe and please have lots of fun. See you later.